Hi guys, let's learn about the curvature tool. The curvature tool is similar to the pen tool. Maybe you can call it a replacement to the pen tool. I don't think it will ever replace the pen tool because the pen tool is much more accurate and easier to work with sometimes, and you can get a lot more better image type, etc. But the curvature tool is so much easier to work with when you're doing smooth round circles or shapes, and it's a lot easier to work with and a lot smoother lines. We'll see it now. The curvature tool anyone can use. It's a very simple tool to use. It's located there. You can use that shortcut. It's quite a complicated one though. You simply click once, you don't drag, just click once anywhere you want, and then click again. And once you click the second time, now you'll see as you hover your mouse, you'll see this rubber band, what it's called. It's like this curve. This is a preview of where the line will be once I click down. So the line we drew here originally won't be seen, only this rubber band. Then once you click down, you'll see it will be created like that. And then you can carry on dragging and you can see this rubber band joining. If you're not happy or you want to undo the last step, then you can always press Ctrl or Command Z, the shortcut, and you'll see you'll be able to carry on from the place where you left off. So if I did 2 points, then I can do Ctrl Z to undo that, or otherwise edit, undo. Also, if you want to change the location of the last place, you can just click on it. Simply just click on it while I'm still drawing, so I can just click on it and drag it to wherever I want and let go. It's like pressing the space bar on the pen tool. So here you just drag it, and you can of course, just like the pen tool, change this fill or stroke, etc., all these stuff while you're busy drawing, so it will work just as well, like that bright yellow, and you can carry on drawing from there. Once you get close to the end, you'll see this small symbol. That means that the shape is going to be filled. And just by the way, of course, if you want to keep it like this, you could just as well. And to let go of the next point, you press escape, or you can choose another tool from here, and you'll see that you leave go and you can keep it like that. Otherwise, you can always just carry on the point, even if you let go, or from another shape, just by clicking on it, and now you'll carry on, and you can close it like that, and you'll see you get this beautiful rounded shape. Maybe not a full circle, but it's definitely rounded. Also, I'll just demonstrate how you can use it for any. Let me just turn off the fill here. There you go. You can now, once with the pen tool, say I created this open shape, and with the curvature tool I can just carry on. So I click on that and you can see it just automatically like carries on the shape as if I was drawing it all the way along. Even though this tool is a curvature tool, you can also create straight lines. You do that by double clicking. That will create a straight line to wherever you go. So you have to double click there. Now you can create and double click, or you can Alt or Option click, and that will do the same thing. So you Option click and you get a full shape which is only straight lines. At any point, even while you're drawing, you can always change the line. So say I'm drawing this curve there, and I want to change this place here into a straight line. You can Alt click it and it will change that into a corner point, to a corner angle, or the opposite, you can click it and we will get this rounded point as well. And also for existing objects, you can select it and holding down Alt, you can turn that point into a curve or into a square if it's already a curve. Now let's just get rid of all this junk here. And I'm selecting just a normal shape. Now with the curvature tool, you can see this plus sign when you come towards a existing line or segment. Then you can click there and you'll see you can make a curve, and that's very cool. The thing is, it's very similar to using the pen tool. I'm just undoing with Alt or option, then you can do the same thing. Just with the pen tool, you're not creating any spot there, any anchor point. And with the pen tool, you're able to hold down shift to get it exactly straight. But if you don't want to do that, or if you want to create an anchor point, then you can always hold the curvature tool and just drag down anywhere. What's cool about it is that you can see my anchor point actually moves along wherever I want. So if I'm not happy being there, I can just move it to there and change the place of the anchor point. As far as I know, it's the only tool that has this feature to it. Then obviously, like we said, you can just double click. So you have to select it first. You double click the corner to turn it into a curve, or the opposite. If this is a curve, you can turn it into a square by double clicking or alt click. And you can always delete a point just by pressing backspace or delete, and you've deleted that point. It's very similar to pressing this minus with the pen tool. Just here, you'll get a nice beautiful curve created, unlike the pen tool that if you create backspace, then it won't come that nice shape that you get with the curvature tool. Now, if you notice, these anchor points here, I'm not sure if you see it there, is actually rounded. Unlike all other shapes, if I just select my regular direct selection tool, you can see these anchor points are square, or the pen tool, they're square. With this curvature tool, as far as I know, it's the only tool that the anchor points are rounded. And it seems to me that that's the whole point of this curvature tool, to create curves, and everything will be like more curvy and rounded. And that's why it's like even the anchor points themselves are represented here as round dots instead of squares. You can also see the cool thing about the curvature tool, just deleting that, is that the lines adjust themselves to the next line. So even though I created this round segment, if I go to there, say I'm making it quite a steep curve there, you can see the other two curves adjust themselves to try to make this curve as smooth as possible. So once I do it like that, then you don't need to adjust themselves because it's like straight. And once I get a very steep point, then you can see these lines adjust themselves, and then this comes out as a very smooth and clean sort of looking object. Also, you can always close a shape. Say I created this shape, I can simply drag the last end of it and stretch it all the way to the other side of it, and that will close this shape. So I'm just creating a simple shape here. And with the curvature tool, you can drag till the end. You can either connect it like that, or you can drag it and it will create a closed shape like that. That's very cool. It's a lot better than just pressing Control or Command J to join, because that just creates a straight, boring kind of look there. But if I create it by dragging this, or otherwise I can just continue the curve, then the curve and this shape will be a lot smoother and better. So say I want to create a heart shape, you can very easily do it. You double click and you click again there. You can see that curve changing. You can click again there and again there, and say once more there and double click. Whoops. There you go. Then you can always adjust these, and you can get this nice looking heart here. You can adjust it however you want, something like that. So it's just a very simple, quick and easy way to create nice smooth shapes. I'll give you one more tip. If you're using this tool a lot, as you can see, this shortcut isn't very user friendly, shall we call it. It's quite a shift something, shift and the tilde sign. So you can always change it under edit and keyboard shortcuts. You'll be able to change the shortcut for the curvature tool. You can change it over there like we demonstrated in the lesson before. And also another last point is under edit preferences, or on a Mac it will be under Illustrator preferences, selection and anchor display. You would have a few options for your anchor points. You can use the tolerance, how close you have to be in order for the anchor to be selected or for the path to close. And you can choose the size. This will be like a very big anchor point, so you can see it very clearly. You can change that as well. And here you can choose enable rubber band for the curvature tool. If you unselect that, or deselect more like it, then let me just demonstrated, then you won't be able to see that rubber point. So you can see, you can't see what's the next preview. So I don't know why you would want to do that, but if you have it unchecked, then you can certainly recheck it so that you'll be able to see the preview of the next stage. Fine guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you gained anything, please give a like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave any of your questions, comments, ideas, tips at the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.